What is up? Welcome to the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast with your host, the Maritime Wrestling Superfan himself. The name is Connor Cook, and I ain't no joke. Your host of the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast, here to keep everyone who tunes in each week to hear the results from the shows that I recap each week, and also here to preview all of the upcoming shows so you don't ever miss a thing, and also here to sit down with all your favorite maritime wrestlers and personnel in the maritime wrestling scene. So, welcome to episode 52. It's actually been crazy that I've been working very, very hard on this podcast. I made a few changes here, as you saw recently. I just posted on the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast Facebook page and Instagram page about the changes with the episodes coming out at 8 p.m. Atlantic time, and plus got a whole lot of new stuff I'm gonna be starting on the podcast. So for the shows for this week's episode, there were only about 3 shows that were happening with Lit Prestige Wrestling, Brawl at Omaha 11, UCW Hardcore Havoc, and New Breed Wrestling, Ground Zero. And so, I've got a lot of other, lots of shows to go over, especially lots of big things, and also I got a very big surprise to tell everyone. This Thursday, June 4th, 2026, is going to be my 24th birthday. So I will be going live on the podcast, both on YouTube and on Facebook, both on my personal Facebook page, my profile, and my other one, the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast Facebook page. And I'm going to bring in a special guest to join in to celebrate my 24th birthday. We're just going to talk about lots of great things about the Maritimes, and just like the shows that I will be attending for this summer. So, yeah. But anyways, let's start off with, for the shows, we're gonna start off with Lip Prestige Wrestling, Brawl Omaha 11. So, I want to say a big thank you to Rob Sharp for sending me the results for the LPW Brawl Omaha show. So, the first match was the LPW Championship number 1 contenders match, where Patrick O'Neal beat Nick Strong into becoming the number 1 contender for the next show, where he's gonna be taking on the big bad LG Logan Green for the LPW Championship. Uh, then the Ultimate Male, Zane Valentine, beat the Horsepower Hunter Sampson. Uh, the Incredible Miracle, Pat Persuade beat Matt. No. Matt Strong beat Pat Persuade. And then there was the NBWA Heavyweight Championship match where Rugged Rick Owens, well, this match, Rugged Rick Owens took on the Alberta Clipper Chevron, which it ended in the double countout. Then, um, sorry, I feel like I gotta sneeze. Oh, great. I thought I had to. Alright. So, Stormy Ale, Salem Wilder match went to a double pin. So, mainly this was the NBWA Women's Championship match, which, so, like, I think Salem Wilder and Stormy Hill both had the championship match, championships, the women's championships. But it's the same. It's the same one. But uh, I think that's gonna be big for Stormy Hill and Salem Wilder. I think we're gonna definitely see the women's championship around Stormy Hill. I think it's time she gets a it's her time to get some gold around her, especially. Then Scotty Crew beat Larry Horowitz, and then for the main event, it was the Look Prestige Wrestling Championship Heavyweight Championship match where the Big Bad LG Logan Green beat the one Spike SD to retain the championship. So yeah, there's a lot of Mitch matches here. Uh, so like what actually happened before it was supposed to be Rugged Rick Owens was actually supposed to be taking on Matt Strong. And then Chevron was actually supposed to be taking on Horsepower Hunter Sampson. And then there were some other matches that didn't I forgot to put on there. To write down, which was like the Pat Swayze, Matt Strong, the Zane Valentine. It's pretty cool, especially yeah. It was a stacked house, lots of fans there. I forgot how many fans there were there, but the Look Besiege Wrestling always had really good like shows, especially when I watched them on the Capital City Wrestling YouTube channel. It's pretty cool. And also on that same night, uh, let's move on to UCW Hardcore Havoc at the Spryfield Lions Rink in Spryfield, Nova Scotia. So for the VIP match, the Blood Feather, Bryce Sterling beat Ryan McGrath by DQ. When Pete LeBlanc jumped in, Dick Durning made the save and set up for the tag match later. Um, so after that match, the UCW GM Kevin Daniels announced that Mustafa Ali uh, will be uh, will be coming down to the Maritimes to and bringing down the TNA international championship. He will be defending that championship at UCW Summer Explosion, July 18th. And he has issued an open challenge for anyone in UCW to take a shot at his title. Uh, I think this is pretty big, especially Mustafa Ali is another big name, especially since he's gonna bring a big freaking title, like from a big promote or company like TNA. Like it's one of the biggest freaking names ever. So that's pretty cool. Then with the main card, Rudy Lockhart beat Max Power. Uh, then it was the UCW Atlantic Canadian Championship match where Dayton Cameron beat Anthony Deuce Harlem with Mr. David A. Boyce to retain the UCW Atlantic Canadian Championship. John Jonathan Cross beat Robbie McAllister, and then the tag match that was set up for the VIP. Back with the VIP, the Journeys beat AWOL, Acadians Without Limits. Hardcore Shannon Decker beat La Blade. AW starred The Blade in a hardcore match. After the match, the JP and Dave jumped Decker from behind. Decker fought them off. The UCW GM Kevin Daniels made a steel cage match between Decker and JP Sims for the Summer Explosion event, July 18th. So, man, it's a really big show, especially. I haven't even gone to a UCW show yet, but I've seen like some clips of it, and it looks like really good. Like especially, it's a lot of the great talent, future talent, like like AWOL, Acadians Without Limits, uh, Pete LeBlanc, and Ryan McGrath, which is oh man, really good. Then you got a lot of big names like like Trice Sterling is another one. Uh, Especially that storyline between like the journey, like Trice and Ryan, and then like the whole storyline with Pete and Dick coming in, setting up for the tag team match early on in the main show. That was pretty cool. Yeah. And they had that feud that just at one time in North Pro, which was like, man, they were really freaking good. But yeah, then you got like, well, Rudy Lockhart's another great freaking guy, especially he's he's the undisputed North Pro champion, the former UCW Atlantic Canadian champion, uh, the Pete Pro Wrestling Unleashed champion, and former Red Rock Wrestling Light Heavyweight champion as well. But yeah, especially with that, and plus like Max Power, we haven't seen much of Max Power lately since the whole storyline with the Newfoundland World Order. I think um, it's really dissolved. So like Max Power is kind of like was like comedic. I guess it's not really a comedic gimmick, but it's like a really good gimmick. I haven't seen Max Power uh, wrestle for a while, but man, then like for Dayton Cameron with the UCW Atlantic Canadian Championship. Sorry if I took that long, but I think he's been having a good run with the title, defending it a lot in UCW. It's pretty big, especially since he beat Rudy Lockhart and shocked fans to become crowned the new UCW Atlantic Canadian champion. I think that goal looks really good around him. Great to see Dayton back in action. And then we got Anthony Dutollum, another great guy. And speaking of great guys, Mr. David A. Boyce. Man, what a freaking great guy, though, too. Especially great as a manager, but also, like, he's also, like, does the Dave Boyce Championship wrestling show. So he's been just doing amazing with that. And, yeah. But he is, and it's unfortunate that he's going to be retiring, and Dave Boyce Championship Wrestling will be no more after October this year, but man, it has been a great one. And then you got, like, well, Hardcore Shannon Decker, who's one of the biggest names in, like, excuse me, from around, like, Ontario, Toronto, Ontario. You come down to the traveling down to the Maritimes to take on a big name like AEW star The Blade, who also came down to the Maritimes. That's like one heck of a big friggin' name, especially with that. And for them, like, for the storyline to lead up to, like, the steel cage match, for some explosion between Hardcore Shannon Decker and JP Sims and Mr. David A. Boyce. I think that match is going to be good. And then, New Breed, for New Breed Wrestling Ground Zero at the Truro region in Truro, Nova Scotia. For the VIP, Sydney Sweetie beat Cannonball Justine Ward. Bobby Boyette beat Shizenko. Then it was the Sebi, the New Breed Wrestling Spike and Spirit champion. Sebi beat Dawson James to retain. Oliver Hansen beats the Explosion Kid. Well, it was actually supposed to be the Explosion Kid had to take Justin Newhook's spot because he was sick, unfortunately. But I think this is a big freaking this is a really big opportunity for the Explosion Kid to be learning and taking on wrestling, like, on Oliver Hansen, which is great. Then this was the Ricky Mortis and the Ghost Ricky Mortis and Ryan Storm beat the Rodeo Rockers, rock stars, I think, to crown your new Breed Wrestling Tag Team Champions. I think this is a great opportunity for Ricky Mortis and Ryan Storm, another big name, especially like, it's great to see at least any kind of gold around the Ghost, especially it's really awesome. Especially he was almost there with the whole match there with Dawson James at North Pro. It was crazy, but it was that finally came true. The gold, there was tag team gold around the Ghost, but it was great. Then Ryan Denham, wait, the blue. Then it was the New Breed Wrestling uh, heavyweight championship match. Bad Thad Howard beat with Evan Wolf beat Reddick Stone to retain the New Breed Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. So, like, man, I want to say a big thank you to Kale and Jill for sending me the results for the New Breed Wrestling show. Super great guy, a huge supporter of the podcast. Really appreciate a lot of stuff here, and especially so like uh, got a lot of great talents here, especially like I like I said with the Explosion Kid, he's getting more opportunities, more matches underneath his belt. So I think he's going to learn a lot more when he gets more matches in, and yeah. And I don't really think we see Sebi losing the New Breed Wrestling Fighting Spirit champion. So I think that's freaking good. But yeah, and yeah, especially. Like, then you got like especially like another new guy, Chizenko coming in, which is learning from the best from like Bobby Boyette. Another great storyline, but then like I don't really think we see like Bad Thad Howard lose the New Breed Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Been on a heck of a run with the title, especially defending it against another big name in the Maritimes, Riddick freaking Stone, another great guy. Especially lots of great freaking talent there. But then, uh, yeah, like I didn't really expect the end of the the title reign for the Rodeo Rockstars to end with Ricky Mortis and Ryan Storm. But man, it's like I said, it's awesome to see the ghost, the gold tag team gold or any kind of gold around the ghost. It's really awesome, and that's about it. So yeah, so let's get moving with uh, the upcoming shows and with the debut of my brand new segment, promo of the week.
Oh, yeah. Buckle up, buckos, because you're tuning in on to the State of the Maritime Wrestling Podcast. And the Ultimate Male, who's jacked and stacked, is coming in for a landing. So all aboard the Zane train and get ready for a night of delicious treats from over the pigs from the Ultimate Male. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, yeah.
Hello and welcome to the debut of my brand new promo of the week weekly segment, where each week on the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast weekly show, I will be talking about the promos on the upcoming shows with your favorite wrestlers, and just talk about the storyline behind the promo and what the whole thing with their the matches and what their upcoming matches is for the promos. So uh I have a lot of promos here to go over. We got a promo video from the bully Matt Bullen, I should say, this Canadian Grand Prix Wrestling Ultra Violent Champion, the bully Matt Bullen, and Joe Dunlap releasing a promo on talking about their upcoming match against Corey the Donaire Beast, Corey Good, who also did a promo in that video as well, where they were talking about how with the whole hardcore tag team match with the bully Matt Bullen, CGPW Ultra Violent Champion, with CGPW owner Joe Dunlap against the Donaire Beast Corey Good and the Preacher. So there's a lot of big feuds between the bully Matt Bullen and the Preacher and Corey Good and Joe Dunlap. Really freaking good, especially like the CGPW Ultraviolet championship is it's a really unique championship, and it's really cool. It's pretty cool. Like CGPW got the really good promos. They will be having that match at CGPW Middleton Mayhem Part 1. Then we got the promo video from the Mauler James Manning on addressing the fans on his actions with at IPW Game On, where he attacked Ryan Denham and his wife, Ryan Denham's wife, and addressed the whole thing about it. Molly James Manning is another one of those great guys. Like, the whole storyline with him, he's really good. Another brawler kind of guy. But I feel like there's gonna be something that's gonna be happening. Some big feuds with James Manning. Of course, he teams up with the Ghost Rick and Mortis as the Hateful Dead. So that's the whole other thing. So that's pretty cool. And then we got this Capital City Wrestling, the Clash Talk with Tanya. And we also got a promo video from the Incredible Miracle, Pat Persuasi, on his, like, one half of the brand new NBWA Tag Team Champions. He was on the promo, doing a little promo there, where he was like, it's just like his fit character, and he was just working out, mowing the lawn and stuff, and he drank, I think it was I forget what kind of drink it was, but it was like, he had cracked open some sort of sugar-free drink or something, but I forget what they were called, but, it really was that, and, he did that, is Too Sweet for Us, or, no, it's something like Buble for us, and Sour Grapes for them, and that's the whole, that was the whole, saying the quota with the Ultimate Male Zane Valentine, but not only just that, also Pat Persuasi, along because he is a part of the one half of the new NBWA Tag Team Champions with Zane Valentine. The lead, of course, they're gonna be, they're probably gonna be defending the NBWA Tag Team Championships at Clash 46 CCW Forever, 4-year anniversary show. And then with the other thing is a Clash Talk with Tanya, which is a little like segment at CCW where they have Tanya Osborne, who's the interview, who does the backstage interviews with the wrestlers. So she did an interview with the NBWA heavyweight champion, Rugged Rick Owens, and asked him about his experience defending the championship against JP Sims, and then, well, of course, she had to bring JP Sims too, and she interviewed the new NBWA Women's Co-Champions, your local girl, Salem Wilder, and the Ultimate Female, Stormy Hale. Well, she's just Stormy Hale in CCW, but like in other promotions, she's the Ultimate Female. And so they were talking about how like and there's a whole confusion there because what actually happened at Clash 45, the Royal Challenge, was Salem. It ended in a double pin with Stormy. Salem was pinning Vanna Black, and then Stormy got the pin on top of Salem Wilder, and the ref counted 3, and bam, there was the new champions, women's champions, co-champions. They announced that they're gonna have a title, an NBWA title, women's championship unification match. So they're gonna turn that into the undisputed NBWA Women's Championship at Clash 46, CCW forever. And I think this feud is going to go really good, especially they've been feuding for a little while. And I feel like we're going to see, I think it's time for to see the NBWA Women's Gold around Stormy Hale. I think we're going to see the Women's Championship around the Stormy Hale, the Ultimate Female. And then we got the whole thing with Oscar Ironside, and who was accompanied by Chris Lewis, who at Clash 45, Oscar Ironside has turned heel, and now he is accompanied by Chris Lewis, and he had a match against Larry Horowitz, which he beat him, and he said he will be there in action at CCW forever. So I think he's gonna have a great match. I think it's gonna be really interesting to see O'Neal. Not O'Neal. Oscar Ironside. Sorry, I got mixed up there, but yeah, we're gonna see Oscar Ironside as a heel. I think it's gonna be really interesting. Sorry if I repeated that, but especially accompanied by Chris Lewis. And also we got the interview from like a promo video of the interview video with the future Matt Strong, where he took on the Incredible Miracle, Pat Swayze, and beat him at Brawl at Omaha 11. And also lots of other interviews will be coming out too for the LPW stars. So yeah, and that was mostly it for promo of the week. Now let's get going with upcoming shows. For the upcoming shows, June 5th, 2026, IHW will be having their Time Stand Still show at the Miramichi Kinsman Club in Miramichi, New Brunswick, where we are going to see two of Miramichi's best talent. Miramichi's own Hunter Sampson will be taking on the Alberta Clipper Chevron. Then, another one of Miramichi's biggest wrestlers, Shane Brother Love, will be taking on Kirk Obey. Then, for the women's match, we're going to see Sierra Stone versus your local girl, Salem Wilder. Then we're going to see the IHW Honor Championship match with IHW Honor Champion Maritime Luchador Fantana take on the big bad LG Logan Green. So this is going to be a great show, especially we got a lot of great matches here, stacked card, and yeah, it's really cool. Especially, we're gonna see lots of big feuds between Hunter Sampson and Chevron, and Brother Love's gonna learn a lot, especially from Kirk Obey, because he's a veteran. And Sarah Stone, Salem Wilder, great to see these two women in action again. And it's Fantana and Big Bad LG Logan Green have feuded before with the mask on the pole match, so I think it's going to be very interesting. Could we see a title change? Could I see a title change? I'm not really sure because I don't. Fantana has had a really good title reign, like defending the titles a lot at the IHW shows. That goal looks really good on him. I think it's going to be a big match for Fantana, but it's going to be good. Now, June 13th, we got lots of big shows coming up. We got IHW Masters at the Squared Circle, which is a part of. It's going to be after the East Coast Comic Con, because it is a part of the East Coast Comic Con, and Pump House Brewery presents. Which will be at the Moncton Coliseum. We're going to get a special appearance from a very big name, former WWE, WWF, and Hollywood actor Kurgan, aka Robert Mallet, or Mallet. I don't know how you say his name, but I'm sorry if I said it right, but. On the card, we're going to see IHW Honor Champion Fantana in action. We're going to see the IHW Women's Champion Ronnie Payne in action. We're going to see Bobby Boyette, Chevron, LG, Kirk Obey, Julian Young, Chris Charters, former IHW Heavyweight Champion, Chip Chambers, and more. Then we're on that same night. The same day, we're going to see Canadian Grand Prix Wrestling presents Middleton Mayhem Part 1, where we're going to see the CGPW Heavyweight Champion Anthony Deuce Harlem defend his title against Alfredo Dragon. Then we're going to see the Hardcore Tag Team Main Event, where we're going to see the Canadian Grand Prix Wrestling Ultra-Violent Champion, the bully Matt Bullen, and the owner of CGPW, Joe Dunlap, versus the Donair Beast, Corey Good, and the Preacher. So I think this is gonna be a pretty big friggin' show, especially it's pretty big. I'm really surprised, especially like CGBW. They got their own like title, especially Ultra Violent Champion. It's really cool, and like it's pretty cool that they have like a lot of hardcore stuff. Like if anyone who's into hardcore, I really do like hardcore though a little bit, but just it's really good, especially. Got a big name like Alfredo Dragon. Like he's another great guy. I think we're probably gonna see the CGBW Heavyweight Championship around Alfredo Dragon. And man, I wonder what the feud's gonna be with Matt Bullen and the Preacher and Corey Good. Because they've always had feuds a lot in CGBW. But yeah. Then ECPW, East Coast Pro Wrestling Island Invasion will be happening. We're gonna see Ethan Knight versus take on TNA star Jody Threat. Uh, then we're gonna see the what was just announced recently. It was the Celtic Roots Championship match announced where we're gonna see uh, the ECPW Celtic Roots champion Justin North defend the title against Dawson James. We're also going to see the women's champion, ECPW women's champion, Vanessa Craven in action. And we're going to see Old School Andre Mayat versus um, Jonathan Cross. And then for the main event, we're going to see a tag team match between Lincoln Steen and JP Sims versus ECPW Heavyweight Champion, the Moondog Dylan Davis, and Chizinko. And I don't know if I think this is going to be interesting, especially the tag team match for singles, with the singles title on the line. Yeah, it's going to be pretty good. Moondog Dylan Davis has had a really good run with the heavyweight championship, and I don't think we're gonna see him lose it. Either with Justin North, I don't think we're gonna see Justin North lose the Culture Groups Championship, and also Vanessa creating as well. And also, we're gonna see superstars of wrestling with Mitsubishi Mayhem, which is gonna be a free show. I think it's gonna be at the Mitsubishi car dealership in St. John, New Brunswick. It's pretty cool. We're gonna see a lot of stack card here. We got the intergender match with the Muscle Beast, Western Pipes, and the Latina Queen, Brenda Pipes versus the Vandal Chantal and Giant Orion. And then we're gonna see the Ace of Maritime Wrestling, uh, Superstars of Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Dick Jerning, defend the title against the Slaughterhouse, Mayafa. We're going to see Hollywood Cool in action. We're going to see Dryce the Bloodfeather, Dryce Sterling in action. We're going to see FKA and Louis Leon, the debut of that. And we're going to see the Superstars of Wrestling Cruiserweight Champion, Alex Robbins in action. So much more. I think this is pretty cool. But there's also going to be lots of great shows Two, we're gonna for June 20th. There's lots of shows, I should say. So for Capital City Wrestling, they're gonna have their Clash 46, CCW Forever, uh, a 4-year anniversary show back at the Exhibition Center in Fredericton, New Brunswick, the Capital Exhibition Center. I'm sorry if I said that, but so on the card, we're gonna see lots of great weekend matches, especially the NBWA Women's Championship Unification match between Stormy Hale and Salem Wilder. We're going to see the new NBWA River Valley champion, the Alberta Clipper, Sharon, defend the title against Shizenko. And then we're going to see the NBWA Heavyweight Championship champion, Regular going to defend the title once again against Scotty Crew. We're going to see the new NBWA Tag Team Champions, the Real Deal Heroes in action, Ace Dynasty, former NBWA Tag Team Champions, Big Bad Logan Green, Patrick O'Neal, the Strongs, Nick's the Maritime Strongest Wrestling, Nick Strong in the future, Matt Strong, Kerry Killam, Patrick O'Neal, Oscar Ironside, and a lot more. And also on that same night, we're gonna see Daybo's Championship Wrestling have their East Coast, Leo Burke East Coast Memorial Cup Tournament, which is gonna be pretty big. Lots of great matches. Especially for the semifinals and finals match, and we're also gonna see lots of the big like maritime wrestling legends like No Class, Bobby Bass, Wildman Gary Williams, and a lot more big names in the Maritimes, but legends, I should say. But it's gonna be great. Then New Breed Wrestling will have their homecoming event back in Debert, Nova Scotia. We're gonna see Old School Andre Maya versus Evan Wolf, a street fight match. We're gonna see your New Breed Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Ryan Storm and the Ghost, Ricky Mortis in action. And let's see, the New Breed Wrestling Fighting Spirit Champion, Sebi in action, and New Breed Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, Bad Howard in action. Along with the return, the Rumble, the New Breed Rumble will be returning, so that's gonna be good. A 10-man Rumble. That's gonna be pretty good. And oh yeah, also I forgot to say for the CCW show too, Horsepower Hunter Sampson, former NBWA River Valley champion, Larry Horowitz, and yeah. But yeah. Then for wait. Oh shoot. Real Action Wrestling. Oh yeah. Proving Grounds, we're gonna see lots of big matches. A couple matches that was announced. There was the Wesley Pipes Muscle Beast Open Challenge. The FKA takes on the Blood Feather Dry Sterling. the Ronnie Payne versus Sarah Stone in the no DQ match, and the Winged Osprey Championship match. Uh, where we're gonna see a new Winged Osprey champion between the Muscle Beast from Muscle Beach of Wesley Pipes versus the Ace of Maritime Wrestling, Dick frickin' Durnan. And also, we're gonna see for IHW Sunfest 2026, we're gonna see the IHW Tag Team Titles semifinals for the tournament for the brand new IHW Tag Team Titles, where we're gonna see the Hateful Dead, the Ghost Ricky Mortis, and the Model James Manning take on the Durnans. Then Perfect Storm, Ryan Storm and Julian Young take on Pretty in Pink, Port City's finest, Caden and Johnny Fugazi. Then we're going to see the IHW Honor Championship match, where we're going to see the rematch between the Maritime Luchador Fantana versus the Alberta Clipper Chevron. I think this is going to be pretty big. It's going to be a pretty big match. Then we're going to see the IHW Women's Champion, Ronnie Payne, defend her title against Nat Castle. Another new opponent for her. Then we're going to... speaking of championships, the IHW Heavyweight Championship match, where we're going to see Chip Chambers take on TNA star Cody Deaner back in action with the IHW Heavyweight Championship. We're going to see Bobby Boyette, LG, Hunter Sampson, Kirkover, Shano, and more IHW mega stars. And then also Capital City Wrestling will be having their live live show, the wrestling shows back for Shredderton 2026. And yeah, matches haven't been announced, or the card hasn't been announced yet, but it's been good. But then we're gonna see North Pro Canadian Wrestling presents Rogue Wave, which they will be returning to the Area 506 Container Village in St. John, New Brunswick. No matches were announced, but we're going to see on the card, we will see the undisputed North Pro champion, the kid Rudy Lockhart, the Pro Wrestling Ontario Trios champions, the Highlight Heathens, Hollywood Cole, Ethan Knight, and Chip Chambers in action, along with the North Pro Northern Star champion, Dead End Dawson James. We'll see Alex Robbins in action, the Ghost Ricky Mortis in action, and much more. I'm sure we're gonna get more matches announced. But then on that same night, we're gonna see Canadian Grand Prix Wrestling back in Stewiacke, Nova Scotia. We're going to see the CGBW Ultraviolet Champion, Matt Bullen, accompanied by CGBW owner, Joe Dunlap. We're going to see the CGBW Heavyweight Champion, Anthony Durs Harlem, the Don Irby's Corey Good, the Preacher, Nick Teeth, Alfredo Dragon, and the Teen Stars, Kristen Hex, and the Crimson Kid. And that is mostly all the events for June. For the event in July, we're gonna see lots of great matches with Island Pro Wrestling Game Over at the Credit Union Place in Summerside, Prince Edward Island. VIP matches that was announced. Stormy Hale will be taking on Ronnie Payne. Then, for the main card, we're going to see the IPW PI Championship match, where we're going to see Port City's finest Caden versus Rugged Rick Owens, PI champion. Then we're going to see the IPW World Heavyweight Championship match between Ryan Schimmel and the Raw, the International Draw, the IPW Island Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion, August Oshaw. And so we're going to see lots of one big name coming to the island, and that big name is none other than the veteran Jack Vaughn. Will be coming down to the Maritimes to make his Island Pro Wrestling debut. Along with the choke artist Jason Boa will be returning to Island Pro Wrestling along with the Ghost, Ricky Mortis, Star Child, and more IPW stars in action. That was a weird voice crack, but then we got a lot of great shows, especially IHW having their two shows, one in Petit Rocher, which is IHW Levad's Roches in Petit Kodiak. Petit Rocher. Wrong freaking place. Then on July 8th, then we're going to see on July the 9th, we're going to see IHW La Grande Voile as a part of the Festival de Mollusques in Bucktouche, New Brunswick. I actually might be there, so I plan on going to a lot more shows this summer. And so I haven't been to an IHW show in forever, so I might go to the IHW Sunfest show. I might go to the IHW Bucktouche show, just in general, because a lot of things have changed. But then we're going to see Dave Boys Championship Wrestling, Supercard 5, where we're going to see Madison Miles, the sensational Madison Miles, take on Mr. David A. Boyce for the first time in a, which is going to be his wrestling debut, I guess, because he's going to be wrestling in a street fight match, the Spring Hill street fight match. Then we're going to see the Hollywood Heathens take on Reversal and his mystery tag team partner. And then we're going to, for the very first time, we're going to see the IHW Women's Championship be defended at Supercard 5 with IHW Women's Champion Ronnie Payne defending the championship against Stormy Hale. Then another big championship is the UCW Championship, Heavyweight Championship, will also be defended with Jonathan Cross versus Lincoln Steen versus UCW Heavyweight Champion Chip Chambers versus Dwight Sterling versus Big T. And then we're going to see, for the very first time, the ace of Maritime Wrestling, Dick freaking Durning, take on Mr. Electric, Johnny DeLuca. Back in action, back in the Maritimes. Man, I really haven't seen Johnny DeLuca a lot in the Maritime since that one show that they made his debut and at the Holy Whale in Northborough. And super, I think he really became one of my favorite guys. Like, holy, super freaking good. And, man, really awesome. But, it's crazy. But, yeah. But, then we have a lot of big things, especially one big thing, especially with the Maritime Luchador, Fantana, he attended the East Coast BevCon. He was asked to be a brand ambassador for Pump House Brewery to promote their new pineapple Mexican lager Tepache drink for Pump House Brewery. He had an all new gear, a new mask, new lucha mask. The same, like, it has like the pineapple kind of thing to it. It's really cool. And I think it is pretty cool to see with that. But yeah, it's pretty big opportunity for Fantana to do something like that, to have something like that. Especially he's involved with a lot of stuff, like in community stuff and a lot of great things. And another big thing, he's actually going to be getting bigger opportunities, traveling down to Calgary to wrestle down in Calgary for Lucha Libre or something like that, I think. But I think it's really awesome for him to do that. Fantana is he's a big name in the Maritimes. I think I've just had a lot of great things to say about him ever since, like, saw him for the first time. Man, it's really good. He's really inspired the fans. He's really good. Like I said, he's involved with a lot of community stuff, and I think that's pretty awesome. And not only that, but he holds like the Honor Championship, which is awesome. And yeah, I just have a lot of newfound respect for him and what he does for the Maritimes, and I'm really happy for him that he's getting bigger opportunities. And yeah, I would never forget that time when he came over and stood up and, well, not stood up, but when he was high-fiving, came up and just chatted with me. Such a great guy, man. Awesome guy, but man, it's just one of my top favorites. But anyways, that's all of the upcoming shows that I have for this week's episode. Thank you all for tuning in to episode 52 of the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast weekly show. Special thank you for tuning in to the debut of my new promo of the week segment. I'm really trying to do some different stuff here on the podcast, because promos aren't really talked about in the on podcasts. So that's a lot of big things, especially promos are like it's a way where they promote the show and like promote the upcoming shows. So that's the whole big thing too. But yeah, so you make sure to go follow the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast Facebook page and the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast Instagram page. And make sure to hit that like button, turn on your notifications for when more episodes and interviews and segments come out on the podcast. I have more big things planned for the podcast, so stay tuned for all. Thank you for all your support, and I'll catch ya in on the next episode. Take care. Thanks for tuning in to the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast. New episodes drop every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Atlantic time. So join me each week to get covered on all the news on upcoming shows and the results from shows that I cover on each episode, along with interviews with your favorite maritime indie wrestlers that I sit down and interview with. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Thank you all so much for your continued support on the podcast, because it's all things maritime wrestling.